The University of Detroit Mercy presents another brand new episode of Ask the Professor, the radio show on which you match wits with University of Detroit Mercy professors in an unrehearsed session of questions and answers. Today's program was recorded using Zoom video conferencing technology.
The University Tower chimes, bringing another session of Ask the Professor, the show on which you match wits with University of Detroit Mercy professors in an unrehearsed session of questions and answers. I'm your host, Matt Maggio, and let me introduce to you our panel for today. Professor Jeff Boats is here from the Department of Mathematics. And remember when we used to make the joke about how long your department's name was? It's just the Department of Math now, right?
I guess that's evolution. Is that an improvement? I'm not sure.
It reminds me of our old, branding phrase for the university, how every year they sort of knocked, words off of it until it was just things.
Great things. Yes, yeah.
Boundless.
Boundless, absolutely boundless. How's it going, Jeff?
Not too bad. We haven't run out of infinity yet, so calculus classes are still going fine.
Well, that's good. Absolutely.
We seem to have a never-ending supply of that.
Goes on forever.
There are different kinds of infinity, yes?
Very many, yes. There are an infinite number of types of infinity.
One, okay, yeah.
Makes perfect sense. Totally makes sense to me. And I think, what did I go up to? I think I went all the way up to differential equations. I had Sister Loretta, Jeff, for that. Sister Loretta Sullivan.
So you wouldn't see the different infinities at that level. But there's, we actually have them, we call them the transfinite numbers. Numbers beyond regular old, sideways 8, different types. It's kind of neat stuff.
Awesome.
I don't know if you remember Father O'Neill. He used to do some research vaguely related to that.
That's pretty cool. What would be the title of a course where I could explore? Is that like number theory or?
I talk a little bit about it in math history, but you would have to get into set theory or maybe a logic class to start talking about that.
There you go.
Oh dear. You're bringing back some rather painful memories from graduate school. Through absolutely no fault of your own, of course, but.
We're trying to live in our uncomfortability. That's what
symbolic logic for fun and profit.
Let me know how to profit. I'm interested in that. It is fun.
Symbolic logic. So it wasn't proving things within a particular logical system. You were proving things about a logical system, which was even harder.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I know very little about actual mathematical logic. All I know is I take one look at those papers and it looks like it's in another language. I literally can't even read them, let alone understand them.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how
I've got a nephew that teaches chemical engineering, and I can't decipher the names of the courses he teaches.
There's a really funny scene in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel that takes place in a differential equations course, though.
Oh, now I got to research that.
Mm-hmm.
Has to do with vectors. It's pretty funny.
Oh, yeah, that was near the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Professor Dave Chow is here from, of course, the Department of Insomnia.
Pleasure to be here, as always. So
you are the chair. The last time I checked of that.
I'm the department too. So
yeah.
Lord, I'm Zombie Beth right about now. That's all. So,
Dave, are we going to see you on any episodes of spooky shows anytime soon?
I'm supposed to record one here in Detroit, but I don't know where or when just yet. So,
let us know where.
Can we come watch?
No, you guys can't come stalk us on the show.
Why? I'll just follow you from your home.
I will just observe telepathically. Once you tell us where it is.
I don't even know where it's at yet. Like I said, they contacted me pre-COVID, and it's gone silent since. So we'll figure it out. Yeah. They're still doing some shows. So,
well, if they need somebody to play the ghost.
No. We're okay. We're okay, really. So,
Professor Jim Tubbs is here. Technically, Department of Retired, but also technically Department of still teaching religious studies.
Yeah, still teaching ethics courses. Yes, even though I'm retired. Yes. And I was surprised by finding I was going to have to do it online. So that's an interesting twist.
I did have, because it was extremely predictable, the first colleague come a few weeks ago. I'm not exactly certain anybody that you all would know say, like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not coming back in January. So you have a good life.
Because of online.
It's just, that was one thing
decided that
someone did decide that. Well, we were having a very vigorous discussion about someone had done a very large amount of preparation, like we've all talked about, for a very, very largely enrolled course, 174 students. Wow. And they said, I really should be teaching this class again. I don't want to spend time that I need to be teaching the class right now, prepping what I'm going to do differently for a different course in January. Like this is nuts. And I could see on Zoom the look on the person's face kind of evolve, and got an email in my inbox a couple days later, like, I was saying I was going to do this in a couple of years, but maybe I don't want to completely change all the courses I'm teaching next winter. And
I think if they were offering the VESUP early retirement thing again now, they would probably get a lot of takers.
Yes.
I'm not doing symbolic logic in the winter. I mean, I just didn't even want to. I'm kind of wussy for that. I'm sure. Jeff's teaching math. You're teaching chemistry.
Sure.
Online. I just didn't really want to bother with it. So Dave's doing critical thinking again.
Okay, that's cool.
If we're still having to do this next year, I'll obviously figure out how to do it. I'll get a tablet or something from IT and figure out how to make it work. But
a whiteboard you could use in your class.
You have one of those on Collaborate. I just don't. I'm not quite sure how I can write on the whiteboard in Collaborate quite as quickly and easily as I do on an actual whiteboard with an actual pen. So perhaps I'm just, a techno chicken.
The alternative, Beth, is to use one of those empty classrooms that has a whiteboard and just prop up your computer with your camera pointing at you and the board. And then you can do it that way. Because on the third floor of Briggs, there's a lot of unused classrooms.
That is for sure. All across campus, Jim, there's a lot of unused
classrooms right now. I'm still not teaching it in the winter.
Professor,
unless you're going to be broadcasting from Acapulco or something like that, right, Beth?
Right, exactly.
Then there'd be the flop sweat issue again.
Professor Dan Maggio is here with us today. He's not
Hello, Matt.
wearing a polo. He wanted us to know he's not wearing a polo.
I am not.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to ask, so the professor that's teaching a class with 174 students, was it? Is there compensation different than the professor teaching a class of 10?
It is not.
That seems really unfair. But
you think?
There are lots of unfair things in this world. And there's lots of conversations we have since just in general with regard to the pandemic, what kind of product are we delivering? And when I start bringing in the quantitation across many, many students, this professor recently remarked to me, they're going to be your students next year. And we usually have, and it's very vulgar, I apologize, some sort of not if you fail a whole bunch. And the professor fought back with, you think I'm going to do that? Everybody's getting at least a B- this year. And I'm like, what are you doing? So it's going to be, Mary Lou Casper said this the other day, and I've been thinking it, but she verbalized it's for the rest of these people's lives. Oh, you were in high school. Oh, you were in third grade. It's going to be like that. Dr. Fauci was on CNN today. He says, do not expect to go back to a theater, major sport event, or concert until 2023. The end.
Ooh.
That seems right. Yeah.
So that's what we're dealing with here.
I was thinking today, that my parents could tell you exactly where they were when JFK was shot. And I can tell you all about the Challenger explosion.
That's right.
And then, of course, 9/11, that was, when I just started here, that was the college students get to remember that. And I think COVID, my first thought this morning was I think COVID's going to be what the kids and teenagers remember, when they first, got quarantined. And then the second thought I had was I sure hope that's the thing, because if it isn't, that means something worse is coming.
Exactly.
I hope COVID is their thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's true. Absolutely.
Yeah, in other words, you hope this is as bad as it gets.
Sure.
Bingo.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. But otherwise, you're doing well, Dan?
I am.
Glad to hear it.
Yes.
Professor Beth Oljar is here from the Department of Philosophy. We all know what she's not teaching starting in January.
That's right. Which I kind of miss because I actually like teaching symbolic logic quite a bit. But yeah, I mean, I guess I don't have so much of a problem with the movies or sporting events thing. I want the restrictions to be eased a little bit more on entertaining at home so that I can have friends over a little more easily. I mean, Dan and Tom have come over and we ate dinner outside and we can socially distance within my family room, but it would be nice to be able to entertain again. This is so unnatural for human beings to be isolated in this way that, I hope for everybody's sanity that those restrictions can be eased a little bit more before 2023.
Beth, you saw the almost immediate backlash this last week when LA County basically goes, the county around LA, we're not doing Halloween this year. And then all the memes start with, hey, we got the masks, we got the social distancing, we got the outdoor angle. Halloween is a go, man. Thought that was interesting.
I'm still going to be buying 6 humongous bags of candy for here and probably done with them in 3 hours like I usually am.
Hey Matt, have you seen those devices? People are building the PVC tubes.
PVC tubes so you can drop a piece of candy like up at the front door and it shoots down and lands in the bucket of the kid 6 feet.
Oh, nice.
Pretty cute. I tell you what, folks, this is a show where you can send us questions regarding anything. It's been a while since we've had Halloween questions not written by me. If you stump the panel, you win one of our prizes. If you don't stump the panel, you win a prize. You can send us the questions in a number of ways. You can email atp@udmercy.edu, find us on Facebook or Instagram, or listen on your favorite smart speaker by saying, play Ask the Professor at University of Detroit Mercy. We have another set of questions here. Dear Professor Maggio and panelists, it's been nearly 2.5 years since I sent in questions. Shame on me for leeching off of your great entertainment and not contributing at all. I still enjoy the weekly podcast as well as the wit and wisdom of the professors. Have no idea what you're talking about. It gets me through the days here in Montana. Below are 20 for your show to use at your leisure. Thanks again for wonderful entertainment and laughter over many years. Our good friend Laura Benson from Montana sent these in. Thanks, Laura.
Where in Montana?
It doesn't say. I'm trying to remember. I want to say that she's in Bozeman, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
Missoula. That's right.
Missoula.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
There we go. All right. Let's see what we can do with these. What famous literary character sought the affection of Katrina Van Tassel?
Oh, Ichabod Crane.
Yeah, Sleepy Hollow.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
My favorite story of all time.
Van Tassel?
Katrina Van Tassel, yes. I think I freaked Emmett out, my youngest son, 3 or 4 years ago, because he saw that I had a picture of the Headless Horseman in my office, which I do. And he goes, why do you have that up, Dad? And I'm like, well, I like Halloween. He goes, no. Why do you have that up? I'm like, well, I like that story. And he was like, it was the equivalent of like, why do you have a picture of the devil in your office, Dad? Like this look on his face, like freaked him out. I'll get my framed picture of Ichabod Crane some other time.
The autographed one.
Yeah, exactly. In what country would one find the world's oldest surviving daily newspaper since 1703? Whew.
England?
Yeah.
London? Yeah.
I heard Germany. It's pretty close. It's actually in Austria. Does anybody have an idea what its name is?
The Vienna Times.
Schnitzel?
I'm gonna give partial credit for that. It's in Austrian. It's in German. It's the Wiener Zeitung is what it says here.
Yeah. The Vienna Times. Mm-hmm.
1703 constant publication.
If you wanted it in German, I could have done it in German. Just saying.
Just saying.
I had to stop myself from saying it's in Austrian.
I would just love to know, and here's our 98-year-old newspaper boy or something like that.
for like
Ichabod Crane.
What U.S. city has the zip code 00909?
Someplace on
Chicago?
the East Coast.
Be Maine
Be the East Coast, yes, for sure.
or no Maine.
No, is it Puerto Rico?
It is
No, Puerto Rico.
Oh, that's far east. Yep.
Oh,
Well, they're not Americans. Come on. Jeez Louise.
come
This
on!
is-
They get paper towels thrown at them, Beth. You know they're Americans.
It will be again in January.
Oh, God.
Yeah, right. They in San Juan, Puerto Rico, they have that zip code, San Juan.
And an
Juan.
awesome mayor.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Feisty.
What U.S. product is known by these alternate names? It's called aloe in Turkey, vizier in Poland, Daz in the United Kingdom, and ace in Puerto Rico. What do we call it?
Coca-Cola.
No. It's actually a cleaning product.
Oh, Windex.
Comet?
Mm.
Ajax.
Ajax.
AJ? I don't know.
I could probably give it away by saying very specifically,
Lysol?
it's a laundry detergent.
Tide?
Tide.
What did you say it was called in England?
Daz.
Daz.
Daz. D-A-Z.
Oh, Z?
Gotta
Daz.
have a crazy name, right?
Huh.
Mr. Sparkle. They call it Daz.
Sparkle.
What Detroit native portrayed James MacGyver, the father to the action-adventure TV hero MacGyver?
Jeff would know this.
Oh,
Not the name of not the name of the actor.
Oh.
The
Like
name of the
picturing,
actor
but I
that
don't know
played
the
the
actor.
father.
Yeah.
Miss America, the guy that hosted Miss America.
Oh my gosh.
Burt Parks.
Burt Parks, yes.
No, that's not what it says here.
No?
It says he is mostly known for Adam 12 fame.
Oh,
Kevin
Martin
Tighe.
Miller?
Martin Milner is what it says.
Martin Milner. Oh.
Oh.
Who is the first female musician to have scored 3 consecutive platinum albums? Very, very big performer in the 80s.
Madonna.
No, it's
Whitney
not.
Houston.
Janet Jackson.
Those are all really good guesses, but
Gloria
they're
Stefan.
no
80s.
Donna Summer.
Pat Benatar.
initials L.R.
Linda
Linda
Ronstadt.
Linda Ronstadt. 3 consecutive.
Oh.
No, platinum.
Oh, I would have thought the
Listening to her
70s.
Earlier
Huh.
today, actually.
Now, what would that have been her Latin recordings, I wonder?
That's a good question. Yeah.
It must have been because most of her most popular pop music was in the 70s.
Yeah.
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 Let's see here. What river runs through Lyon and Marseille in France?
Jim, you were there.
Let me think. The Rhone? No.
Loire. Loire.
Rhone. It's the Rhone.
Oh, the Rhone.
The Rhone. Yeah.
Rhone River. They ran out of names. They just kept using all the R words. Ooh, this is a wonderful piece of trivia. I feel like we've never seen this before, and I'm never going to forget it. Which actor from the Lord of the Rings movie trilogy was the only person who worked on these movies who had met Tolkien? Great.
Oh.
Old guys.
Sir Ian McKellen. It has to be somebody old, right?
It has to be somebody old. That's a good
No,
start.
not him.
Wasn't McCullough. It was,
Alec Guinness?
Christopher Lee.
no, that's Star Wars.
It was Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee.
Oh, Christopher Lee. Oh.
And I would guess that he would have been a quote unquote young man at the time of
Yeah.
meeting Tolkien. I think that's fascinating.
Wasn't
Absolutely.
Christopher Lee a member of the British Secret Service like back in the 40s and 50s?
Yeah,
I think there was-
1840s probably.
Well, he played Dracula and scared the heck out of me as a child.
Yes, he was really scary as Dracula.
Yes, the Hammer films. Though that was the real deal right there.
Scaramanga and Bond.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who is the oldest singer to debut a song on the Billboard Hot 100?
Tina Turner?
Singer.
Tom Jones.
Tony
Those
Bennett.
are all good guesses.
Tony Bennett.
Yeah.
Mhm. I don't even know what to do with you all about this, but I'll see what clues I can give because Laura's done a good job of laying this out. This is from a 2014 EP of heavy metal Christmas cover songs.
Jim?
Christmas cover song.
Heavy metal.
Heavy metal?
Heavy metal.
Are you ready? It debuted at number 22. The name of the song was Jingle Hell. And the performer was 91 years old.
No way.
Was it a known name or is it
William Burroughs still alive at that point? Because he did a lot of music. No, he like did all sorts of crazy music stuff with people. But no, not him.
It wasn't Burroughs. It says, for the record, this person beat the previous record holder. We've already heard the name, Tony Bennett, shattered the record. That record was 85 years old up until that point.
Is the person who did this actually a singer? Someone who was a...
I wouldn't say so. Just Laura's having a little bit of fun with us. Christopher Lee again, she says.
Oh, no way.
Really?
Very
I never heard of that EP.
Excuse me, I have to go on YouTube for a minute.
I'm so curious now. A
I
Christmas
can't get
album?
over an EP of heavy metal Christmas cover songs with the album titled A Heavy Metal Christmas 2.
Well, Jim, I guess I know what we're getting you for Christmas.
No.
Jim, it's chart topping. Oh my gosh. Which member of the Gilligan's Island's cast majored in chemistry during her undergrad years?
Tina Louise.
Dawn Wells.
It says it's Dawn Wells here. She majored in chemistry at Stevens College in Columbia, Missouri before transferring to the University of Washington as a theater major.
Oh.
Well, and look where her career went. So, you know.
There you go. There is only one kind of orchid that is grown and harvested to generate food. Which orchid is it?
Do they want like Phalaenopsis or Catalaya or...
Actually, we're looking for the popular word that's used to describe the food that is made.
Orchid.
This is a good one. This is a really good
one.
Orchid that's grown for food.
It's seed pods are highly valued. What was that, Jeff?
I was just saying. I have no idea.
Is it food or is it a spice?
I think you could call it a spice, but technically these flowers are grown for food, specifically for the food.
You're not talking about saffron, are you?
Nope, but that's it. We had that one last week, and that was really
yeah.
Clearly, we have not watched enough Anthony Bourdain episodes.
Yeah, well, we're not getting any more.
Well, it's a ubiquitous additive to foodstuffs. You know, that's the way we get vanilla is from orchids.
Vanilla beans?
Yeah.
Really? Oh.
Okay.
Really?
Wow, we're getting schooled.
That's a stumper. That's the first really real stumper in a while.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. What country had the first non-North America Starbucks?
Japan.
Yeah, that was a great guess. For the record, Japan starts in 1996, and as of 2019, Japan constitutes 1/3 of all Starbucks property. That is incredible. Absolutely incredible.
I think it's amazing how all these tea drinking countries are building Starbucks right and left.
Yep, they are. They are.
What a living.
Uh-oh, I'm looking more towards the center of my screen at Professor Chow here. Which Canadian province has a unicorn in its coat of arms?
Oh, wow.
Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, one of the Maritimes?
Yeah, it's Nova Scotia. You got it. Yep.
That's where they're from. I always wondered.
Yeah. We breed them there. So
yes, exactly. Oh, wow. Laura has done her homework. This is just, Laura, this is one of our best question sets that we've had.
Absolutely.
Name 4 of the 5 ingredients on the menu when you order a Buddy's Detroiter.
Oh, for the love of
Beth?
Oh, well,
cheese.
Detroiter.
You're going to have to give me the cheese, Dave.
Oh.
Brick cheese?
Like a mozzarella?
That's not what it says here.
Provolone?
Mm-mm.
Parmesan.
It's a Detroiter. Does it have sausage?
Kielbasa?
Yeah,
I like
kebab.
the Kowalski sausage.
I just have to say, I mean, there's definitely cheese on it. So
We're gonna
I
get
feel like
stumped
that's
here.
correct. But you haven't given me a single correct ingredient.
The Detroiter.
On the Detroiter.
How about tomato sauce?
Yes. Okay. Basil
Oh.
tomato sauce is on the list.
Pepperoni?
The pepperoni is on the list. Shaved Parmesan and Buddy's special Sicilian spice blend. That's
That sounds like a good pizza.
That does sound like a good pizza. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
fantastic.
Well,
Absolutely.
if it's Buddies, chances are it's a
Not
good
cheap, but good.
A tip of the cap to Buddies, because they're giving like 50% off to all teachers in the month of
Ooh.
September. I had to
No,
think for a
it's not
second what
IB.
month this is because I can't even remember what day it is half the time.
I feel
It's
you.
a-
I feel
it's a real
exactly
good,
the same way.
That'll probably be over by the time this airs, but just tip of the cap to them.
Good
It's
for that.
a really good idea, Jeff, because I saw our colleague Jacob Kagi in biology actually posted, wait, you specifically chose one of the 30-day months? You trying to kill me? Like 50% off. I'm going there every day. This is a good one here too. As of 1 September 2020, only a few days ago, who is the oldest living member from the TV show MASH? 86 years old.
Alan
Oh,
Alda?
Alan Alda?
No, Jamie Farr.
Amy Farr is what it says here.
Oh.
He is ancient.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. True or false? DNA can be used as a flame retardant.
Ooh.
DNA?
DNA.
DNA?
As in our body.
Deoxyribonucleic acid?
Mm-hmm.
As a flame retardant.
True or false?
I think false.
It
That sounds so
like
This
Really
question is writing so many jokes I can't say.
Yes, I know.
I gotta just mute. I'm gonna go off the chain here for a second. You don't want to hear this.
It can genetically encode you for all kinds of flame retardant activities, but
It's so weird. It's got to be true.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's gotta
thinking.
be true. I mean, I don't know why anybody would want to do this, but it's definitely true. You know, it's a highly polar molecule, meaning that it has lots of charge in it, which can basically deflect the things that would be the kinds of atoms that would catch on fire. So it's anti-combustion. Now, we don't have a lot of it inside our body. It's a very, very small amount. Why you would want to harvest that and use it for that purpose is a different story.
or who could afford to?
I mean, you could just get a fire extinguisher.
How about you just get some baking soda, you know?
Right. Flour.
Here we go. Here's the be-all, end-all of this. Thank you so much, Laura. This has been really a lot of fun.
Man, these are brutal, killing us.
I'm going to give you a list of people. They all have something in common. Let's see if we can figure out what it is. Rita Coolidge, Carly Simon, Nancy Sinatra, Sheena Easton, Gladys Knight, Sheryl Crow, Tina Turner.
They're all female.
They're all female singers.
They've all performed duets with the same artist.
Oh, you're so close, Jeff. I thought you were going
Is
to
it
get
Michael Jackson?
No, that's a good
They've
guess.
all
Sheryl Crow
done
used to play
versions.
guitar for him.
That's right. That's right.
What?
Prince?
It's not that they performed with the same person. They performed
The same song?
the same kind of song.
Did they cover a particular tune?
Getting closer.
The national anthem?
Nope.
Rita
Sheena
Coolidge.
Easton.
There's a blast from the past.
You know what all these fabulous performers did? They've all performed the set piece song for a James Bond movie.
Oh. That's a great-
Yeah. 'Cause
Yep.
Carly Simons is actually one of the best of all time.
Yeah.
Nobody does it better.
That's a great song.
It's a really great song.
It's not too bad either. I mean,
Baby, you're the best.
No.
yeah.
Thank
I
you
am,
so
of
much
course, a
for this
manic
question.
Carly Simon fan. So
Yeah.
That was absolutely, utterly awesome. Thanks so
Wow.
much for this question.
Those were great questions.
Absolutely great.
2 years for those? Can we speed it up?
Is there any way you can do that every 2 days? Unfortunately, we've used up all of our time. And the time has come to say goodbye, Beth.
Auf Wiedersehen, farewell.
Dan.
Goodbye.
Jim.
Sayonara.
Dave.
See ya.
And Jeff.
I'm ashamed I didn't get that Bond one. I'm going to go ski down a mountain with an avalanche chasing me as punishment.
Ask the Professor is transcribed at the facilities of our houses, but we're still out of the Department of Communication Studies in the College of Liberal Arts and Education at University of Detroit Mercy. Ask the Professor is produced and technically directed by Michael Jason and Brian Masonville, and our executive producer is Professor Jason Roach. Until next week, I'm your host, Matt Maggio.